Hi friends, my name is Lokesh. Today we are going to discussing what are the locators in Selenium IDE. On previous video we saw that how to put the breakpoint, how to use the find button, how to give the starting position of the IDE. That's all we saw the previous videos, and also we saw that video is like manually how to give the target command and value of the that commands. And previous video we saw that one, and we want to see that today is an important thing to notice when using other format in source view, means which are the files we recorded, so that all the test cases we have source, and see that source I will show on that. After that I will go next point. Okay, and that we need to open Firefox browser and we need to see the IDE. This is the Selenium IDE. Okay, we have source and table format. In table format we are given the command target values. Okay, but when we see the source we have HTML format. It will recorded the which are the website we are recording the test cases. That text cases is a format of HTML format. It's an IDE is a default format is HTML. In that source file we need to choose the we are using to important things we need to carry forward the source file to conversion of the other formats. Okay, Selenium IDE works well only with HTML. Other formats are still in exploration mode. It is not advisable to create or edit text using the other format in source view, because there is still a lot of work needed to make it stable. Below are the some bugs as a version of 1.9.1. You will not be able to perform playback or switch back to the table view unless you revert to the HTML. The only was to add a command safely on the source code is by recording them. When you modify the source code manually, all of it will be the lost when you switch to another format. Though you can save your test case well in source view, Selenium IDE will not able to open it. The recommendation way to convert the silence test is in use to export the test case as an option under the file menu and not to the source file view. Okay, here the summary of the way when we given here is in a table and we are recording the test case when we are going to the website as some test scenario. It's a login file we have. We are recording the using this one, and it is in a table format. It will automatically recorded the when our operation is going on that operation. It is recording the entire test case. After that we need to see here is the entire test case. It will convert as an HTML format in its source file. Without saving, you are exporting the some test case into another format. See, save export test case as this many cases we have. We can export the different programming languages. If you are not able to save that one, then you cannot able to export that. You must be save the test case, and after that you need to export to the another format. If you throw that one, you will lose the test case. We need to switch means we can switch that one, and but the problem is that programming style of here when you are using a Java as in a source code, at that time when we are going to write some code on here, it won't be taken, but it will by default supporting as a HTML. Okay, we can export the test case, we save the test case, and we can export to the test case, or we can export the test suite. So a complete suite is presented, and here you can create the suite. Inside the suite we have created, we will create it to the so many test cases, and that test cases we can export to the another format. Which format you can use, and that format you can export it. This is all about the test case format we are using, on that important things we need to notice to that Selenium IDE format changing. Okay, and then later we are going to discussing, before we have some Selenium IDE locators. In WebDriver also locators presented. Some of the locators is carry forward to the WebDriver, but here is an using incident. These are the locators. The locator is basically here is in the web element. See, here is an going to creating which one. Wait a minute, show you. Oh shit, I think network problem is there. We can see this one. Okay, Firebug, and the Firebug I make it this one as an allocator. See, now the here is my net is not connected well, and that's why I am not able to see another format. And now you can consider this one as a web page, and this is a text box. Here is a text box have a ID. See, this is an ID. This ID have a name. Based on this name, we are capture the text box. We are sending to the value to the text box. Okay, and previous we recorded some login file, and that login file we are using as a name, and name have some name. That name we are using, and we are giving to the value to the text box. Same way we have considered as an IDs are presented, and different names are presented: name, link text, CSS selectors, tag and ID. In CSS selector we can use the combination of tag and ID, tag and class, and tag and attribute, tag, class and attributes, inner text, which is the inner text presented on that inner text. And DOM have some conditions: get element by ID, get element by name, name, DOM index. These DOMs are we are not using, and I will explain the theoretical part, but this part I will explain to the in Selenium WebDriver when we are going some Java executor file is there, JavaScript executor. On that place I can use get element by ID, get element by name I can use, and I will show on that theoretical part. I will explain you these three parts. Okay, but this ID, name, link test, tag names, everything I will show that practically and also. Okay, and major one is an XPath. Most of the time XPath we can use the multiple times in Selenium WebDriver, but is an as well as I will show that here also how to capture the Selenium IDE XPath also. This is all about the theoretical part of the locators. Okay, I will explain you the later videos one by one is an locators in Selenium, how to use that locators, how to implement our test cases, how to record on that, everything I will show. Because the same example we have, I will show that some manual, and the previous video I show, right, how to record manually to the test case. On that place I use that I name is a locator, and one more time I will show that how to use a name, ID, everything in the later videos. If you like this video, please like. If you want to comment on my video, please comment. Thank you for watching.